Evening, everybody. Welcome back to Football Bloody Hell. Tonight, I've got, as always, my co-host Carl Levy. How are we?
I am good, thank you very much.
And from the Sutherland Sportcast, am I getting that right, Andrew?
Sutherland Sportcast, close enough, yep.
Andrew Walker.
How you doing?
How are we, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. Looking forward to getting stuck into this. Interesting weekend.
This should be explosive. So yeah, Sunday night, right? There was an announcement about the proposals for a European Superleague, and
really, that passed me by.
No, never. Thing is, right? I'd been out most of Sunday, so I was like not even aware of what was going on, and it sort of comes up on my phone. I was just like, well, this has been muted for like 20 years, so what the fuck? And then you see sort of Joe Glazer, the fucking cancer that he is at the top of this. I've actually been banned off Man United's Instagram, I think, for my comments.
What? Really?
I think so, yeah.
Jeez.
It's not even that bad. I'm going to be honest, it's not bad for me. Get the cancer out the club. Glazer must go. Woodward out.
That's quite a lot of restraint for you.
Yeah.
I couldn't be arsed with I couldn't be arsed with like my timeline fucking blowing off on Instagram since I'm barely actually on it. But wow. I'm gonna open up the floor to yours too, and you just can take it for here, because I need to get what I'm actually gonna say in sync.
Yeah, well, do you know what? Thought the same thing on Sunday. Could not even sleep properly on fucking Sunday night when I was waiting for that announcement to come from that statement. And I knew the cheek of Florentino Perez, who just recently got re-elected as president, knew he had something I knew he had something in mind in this way when he got re-elected, because no one did run against him. Yeah. It's surprising how he's the mastermind. And then the Glazers I knew this was going to go for a long time. I knew from them that one of them was going to be, that name was going to be on that statement. And to be honest, it's fucking disgusting. They don't really care about. They never cared about Manchester United. Even though I don't like Manchester United, but I don't want someone to ruin the history of Manchester United. I am not one of those. I don't want as a billionaire American owner trying to ruin the history of that club, of what you lot have built. You know, from the Busby Babes to pretty much everything, the trouble to everything. And the way the club has done behind the backs is disgusting. I know Harry Maguire confronted Ed Woodward. The rumours as he confronted Ed Woodward with this when this announcement came. It's pretty disgusting to guys. Yeah.
You know what? A lot said about Harry Maguire that he's a fucking pussy and all that. But I do fancy running into him on a dark night on his own. Because that boy can handle himself. He's took out fucking police in Greece of all places, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yeah. I don't even know kind of where to start, to be honest. I mean, as I said on a phone-in for the dugout yesterday, about how I'm not really angry. I'm just disappointed. My anger is based on kind of how unsurprised I am. I had kind of like my day of reckoning with this sport a few years ago, when Mike Ashley was one, but actually the trigger for it was that January transfer window when Alexis Sanchez went to you guys. There was like this 2-2 draw between them and Chelsea. It was one of the most magnificent games of football you'll ever see. But all we were talking about was that Sanchez putting himself in the transfer window. And this idea that a player can, like there's that saying about no player being bigger than the club, but players only turning on their class when they're wanting to maximise their shop window potential. A bit like every time Pogba does something that's worth it, that he's worth the money, Raiola's instantly on Twitter saying something, and it is toxic. And that was kind of like where my day reckoned. But I digress. This announcement is just an extension of the things that put me off for a couple of years, a good few years. And I mean, there are certain clubs that I'm angrier with than others. As I said yesterday,
Liverpool United.
Yeah, I mean, take Chelsea and, Man City, for example. Yeah, I don't blame them. That's the equivalent of, the little words I used was a lion ripping apart a defenceless gazelle. It's in their nature. That's what they do. Look for more money. It's all about the money for them.
Yeah,
but other teams, it's not bad. But Arsenal and Tottenham, they're
not even big clubs.
It's pathetic right now because Leicester and West Ham are above them in the league for starters. I mean, what Arsenal, Tottenham, and even Chelsea right now is doing, it's a bit like the equivalent of the three of them going up to Leicester and West Ham and just punching them in the face and saying, "You will stay down, won't you? No, you won't be entering the Elite Champions League. Get out. Get out."
Yeah, down boy.
Mm-hmm. And even Tottenham, you look at kind of where they've been in the last decade or so, they were essentially a mid-table club that, to be fair to them, they bought smartly, they bought wisely and got themselves into the Champions League. And then they kind of overstretched themselves and had a stadium to pay for. And now they're just in a shit ton of debt. And because if you actually look at the debt levels of all these teams, it's built on a shaky foundation. Yes, they'll get a shit ton of money coming in to kind of help out in that, but if anything goes wrong, there's a lot of backlog there. Let's assume that it did go through, and
could go Satanta, couldn't it?
Mm-hmm. It could absolutely go Satanta, but on a much bigger scale.
Something I was actually reading, JP Morgan, the American banking company.
I'm so glad I didn't even choose them as one of my roles. I'm so glad I didn't even join them because I considered, apply for JP Morgan, but thank fuck for that I haven't because the way they be behind the back.
Well, I think I said to you in our chat, Carl, JP Morgan are the banking company which are behind the funding of the 350 million for each of the teams, right? Now, this goes even further back to 2005, when a certain American family bought Manchester United. Did they really buy Manchester United? This money was put up by JP Morgan. So, is this been sort of private chats for years? I was watching a podcast with Martin Edwards a couple of years ago, and it's always been something. It's always been in a conversation with the owners, and United's beliefs as a club, without the Glazers, right, are about the European Cup and winning the league. And you only got to go back to the Babes. We lost a team for this tournament. We lost a team progressing in this tournament in the Munich air disaster. And I can only imagine what, Sir Matt would think now.
Not just him. Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, they'll be turning in the graves what they're seeing right now. Yeah,
the trinity of them. You got a Clough as well. It's just I've watched so much of it in the last sort of 48 hours from my own channels. I normally watch Stretford Parrott and the Kick-Off. I've watched other people's views on it. It's just no one's going to come out good of this, no matter what happens.
No.
Ollie got absolutely bombarded on Sunday.
I felt sorry for him because I felt sorry for him because he didn't even know what he was going to say because, like I said, he was
a rabbit in the headlights, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And I only seen that yesterday. I thought, Jesus Christ, man, this guy's been brought up on Fergie, and
he has
growing up. He was a Liverpool fan. Not a lot of people know that. Growing up, he was a bit of a Liverpool fan, so his beliefs are rooted in the right things.
Very much so.
I thought the managers would have a bit of know-how, but quite clearly, Klopp, Ollie. If you've seen what Pep said about it,
I've seen what Pep said. The quotes today. Bielsa's
destroyed it.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, one thing very refreshing is just how absolutely united and unanimous. Everybody is against this. It doesn't matter what team you support. It doesn't matter about any of that. The only people that are literally supporting this is the owners that want to make more money. But what this has shown, they've overplayed their hand, and they've seen how much backlash this has got. I'm not sure how much that'll matter when it comes to the
it's true. It's not Manchester United have not learned from this when they did the Project Big Picture a few months ago. Did they not learn from the backlash they went through a few months ago? I don't think they had. They were just so still clueless. That's what it is.
They're not clueless, though. That's the thing. It's about, this didn't work. But we still need to get more money because, all you have to do is look at who each of those 12 teams are playing in a Champions League level. So Manchester United are playing PSG, not in it, but they're of a Super League caliber. And then the other teams they were playing were Leipzig and what was the name of the Turkish team they were playing?
Istanbul Basketspor.
Aye, them. Hardly Super League caliber. And what they're seeing is those fixtures don't bring in enough money, and this is dead space, and we could be filling that with Real Madrid and Milan, and it is toxic. This is not me agreeing with it. Hell, far from it. But this is the point of view that the owners, the Glazers, the Florentino Perez's of the world are thinking. They're looking at the Champions League and these teams that make it in there, and they're going, these teams don't make us money. These fixtures don't.
I think it was Rory Jennings on the kickoff. They've done an hour-long video on it, and he said basically he's totally against it. He's been sort of went against Abramovich since he sacked Lampard, which is quite commendable for a lot of Chelsea fans. And he said Chelsea never need to play. In reality, Chelsea never need to play your Brighton Hove Albions, your Burnleys, because that doesn't fucking matter. In reality, for revenue-wise, it doesn't matter. They're not bothered.
Yeah, looking at it from an accounting standpoint, they don't mean shit.
They said? They've brought adventure capitalists to the table, and now they're trying to take over.
This is what happens when you bring venture capitalists to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's... I think... I can't remember who the reporter was, right? But the cows came home to roost for Manchester United, literally now for the fans, that when we couldn't stop the Glazer takeover. Mm-hmm. And further going into this, right, this is something I was talking before we came on. Alex Ferguson in 2013-14 came out and said the Glazers are great owners.
For who?
For Manchester United. This is in countless interviews after he retired, right? I'm not sure how much he really knew how bad they were, but I think I think he was part of selling United fans the dream that the Glazers will look after David Moyes and all that. David Moyes was out the door inside 5 minutes.
Yeah.
His arse didn't even hit the door and Van Gaal was in. It'll be interesting to see what he actually says about it because he's never came out against the Glazers. I don't expect him to. I'm going to be honest. I don't expect him to come out and say anything such as the legacy of the man.
His silence is deafening, though.
Silence is also a response as well. He could be, sitting at home going, "Fucking hell."
I think he did say so. I think he did say something the other day, actually, as well as I can remember, and I don't think he said as much. He has said something. There was something yesterday in the Manchester Evening News, and I'm going to read this out because he did.
Manchester Evening News, the once
I know
Manchester paper, now disreputable blog.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't from the Manchester News, but he did say something. He said something about this actually, and I do think there wasn't much, but he did say quite a few things. It's interesting to see about if he could go against the Glazers. He responded pretty much. So I got here now. So this is what he said. The talk of Super League is, talk of a Super League is a move away from 70 years of European club football, both as a player for the firm in the 60s, as a manager at Aberdeen, winning the European Cup Winners' Cup for a small provincial cup in Scotland was like climbing Mount Everest. Everton are spending £500 million on a new stadium with ambition to play in the Champions League. Fans all over the competition, all over love the competition as it is. In my time, United, we played in 4 Champions League finals, and they were always the most special of nights. I am not sure Manchester United involved this process, as I'm not part of the decision-making process.
Yeah, his role's an honorary role at United. It's just he's got a free season ticket with a leather heated seat.
Yeah.
And I know he had something to do with Ollie coming in, because Ed Woodward probably doesn't even know who Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is.
No.
Probably don't know. Man United are a fucking disgrace what's happened. But I'm not overly surprised with the Glazers.
Because you knew this was coming up for a long time. You knew this was kind of coming for a long time.
Yeah. I'm not fucking stupid, man. It stung. Do I think they'll go to Super League? I don't think the Super League's going to happen at all.
But the damage is done.
But the damage is done for these clubs. These clubs have withdrew their ECA licence, which is the ability to play in European competitions.
Yeah.
I've seen that yesterday, which is quite interesting because United are still in the Europa League.
Exactly. What's interesting is, Andrew, as well, because those clubs were drawn for the ECA, they were part of the old G14 before the ECA expanded to over 200 teams. I don't think and those teams was in the G14. I don't think they wanted any teams, and all the teams around Europe joining them in a uniform. And I think this has been going, like I said, it's been going for a long time. When Andrea Aguilera from Juventus, who was part of the reforming the Champions League into a Swiss model, decides to be a snake, a dirty ass snake behind UEFA, saying, "No, fuck you, we're going to see you later." It's like, you're the ones who started the reforms for it. You wanted what you wanted. Why are you leaving there?
There are all sorts of kind of political double bluffs going about, because my thought initially was that the owners can't be this stupid to put this out and not know the backlash that it's been out, which means there's another reason that we aren't considering. And the one I'm thinking, like, I always believe that when you hear a public announcement, this is about gaining leverage or taking leverage away from another party. And I fully expected at first to think, like, UEFA will come back. It's a means of getting UEFA to come back to the table and say, right, guys, what do you really want? You don't like the Swiss model? What do you really want? Come on.
See, the thing is, right, these teams in the Champions League are paid on they're not paid on getting in, they're paid on the history that they give the European Cup.
And that's still not enough.
And it's still not enough. You think Real Madrid, how many times Real Madrid won it? 11 times?
13.
Liverpool, 13. Right, 13, sorry.
Yeah.
I call myself a Real Madrid fan. I fell out of love with Spanish football quite a while ago. Even before Ronaldo and all that left, it's such a botched league for me.
I was always the same with Barcelona.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the football, but it's just a fucking 2-team league. It's kind of boring. It's
the Scottish Premiership with Real Madrid and Barca instead of Celtic and Rangers.
Yeah, exactly. You said it for me. It's, don't get me wrong, when you see those white tops, you still think, back in the day, just think, with everything going on,
red and blue stripes of the gold. Yeah.
Yeah, it's who they're run by as well. And the debt that all these clubs are in. Inter Milan are fucked.
Yeah.
Real Madrid are in serious trouble because of the rebuilding.
They're redeveloping the Bernabeu,
Yeah, they're playing at the reserve ground, the Castilla ground. Barcelona are £1 billion in debt.
Atleti as well in £1 billion in debt.
Athletic because of the stadium. AC Milan are in trouble, but Zlatan's came out and went absolutely nuts.
What is it with teams and building new stadia and not having a clue how to finance them?
I've not got a fucking... Do you know who done it the right way? It was Arsenal.
Wenger worked miracles. Absolutely.
No one even realises what a fucking guy Wenger was. When you realise the players they actually lost: Fabregas, Henry, Adebayor, Toure, Alexander Kleb, Van Persie.
Still kept them in the top four.
Still kept them in the top four. Yeah, at the end they fell away, but in his last January he got Aubameyang. He should have got Aubameyang 2 years before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now Arsenal are sitting, 10th, 11th?
Yeah.
Are they below you, Carl?
I think, weird. They're still below us, actually. I think we still on goal difference. So I think we actually below them, to be honest with you.
But compared to expectation, let's be honest. Hang on.
They're ahead of you by 8 goals.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, they can still try to score more by the end and it's still finish possible. We'll see what happens with that. But like I said, these clubs are in debt around about £7 to £8 billion. How I don't get this. How you get yourself in this way and you access like a big bank who leveraged for the Glazers to buy Manchester United to give you so much money to pay off debt, because all you have to do is pay off your debts. You don't care about, you get 350 million each, but you're also going to get a lot more so you can pay off your debts quickly. I really don't get that one. Other clubs like Leicester and even Wolves will be in debt, but not as much debt, but at least they can still operate properly as a club.
Yeah, I mean, the reason probably United are still financed pretty well is, the Premier League money. Because really the Champions League doesn't gross anyone any money anymore.
Which is why people want away from it.
Yeah, but maybe it's just because the way we've all been brought up, the Champions League, there's romance about it.
There's also another thing about the way we've been brought up, and that is about what debt actually means. Debt to us is like something that's crippling and we've got to pay off, because we look at, think business is being run like a household and a household bill. See your big conglomerates, it's different rules for them.
It's like an overdraft for them.
Yeah, debt to them is money. Like, debt just means that, as long as you can kind of service it and your way of paying it back. And see people that are, if you're in debt, then the person you owe the debt to has an interest in you succeeding, because if you fail, then that's their repayment fucked up. Yeah. So it's in their interest to give people more money, give them more debt to pile on, because then they're more likely to actually get the liquid capital back. Just because I thought I'd use my HNC in accounting to actual good use to kind of leave a bit of education there. But
no, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, you've got to think of debt as something different. Debt is money to them. It's not this noose around their neck like it would be for us.
Yeah. You're an asset to them. If they can give you more money,
absolutely,
they can still go like this. You know what I mean? Like, you need some more. No bother. Yeah, we'll just put that on the interest. It's fine. And just, you know what I mean? Like, I've experienced problems with it in my life.
The biggest bit of leverage you have is threatening to default on a debt.
Yeah. 100%.
I don't want to, but if you don't kind of take the interest down a bit, I'm going to have no choice. Oh, here you go. No bother.
Exactly.
Just to keep you,
yeah, absolutely.
There, sort of thing.
So, I mean, first things first, you have to look at the debt as a percentage of kind of like the income that's coming in, for starters, and not just look at the big scary number in isolation. And secondly, you got to view debt differently. But yeah, it is still something that, it's worth examination and could potentially be toxic to the league before it even starts.
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, UEFA are coming out and saying, we're not going to let your players play in the Euros. Right, for us to, Andrew, that's 3 of our key players. Tierney,
Robertson,
McTominay, Robbo.
Tierney, McTominay. Yeah.
Right, that's 3 out of our back 5.
I
It's
suppose, for me,
a purely selfish thing, right?
Absolutely.
Fuck this off. I want these fuckers for the Euros. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
Right, as a Hibs fan, I'll go, right, Josh Doyle can play, Ryan Porteous can play,
Yeah.
and, I don't know, Scott McKenna can play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of them.
Still got Liam Cooper as well if he's fit. Currently.
Yeah, Liam Cooper
well,
there, Grant Hanley, Declan Gallagher.
And even what, for example, Kane and Sterling, them lot can't play. At least there's Watkins, Bamford, and Danny Ings. It's like, well, yeah, it's not the best. It's the best of the rest over the Kane or whatever. But it's like I said,
you're losing Rashford, Greenwood, Shaw,
Sterling,
Henderson, Sterling,
Golden.
Sterling, really?
He's not in the squad. Don't look.
Really?
Yeah, don't worry. The
He's been shit this season.
I know exactly, but he's still going to be in the squad. So don't be surprised.
You're going to lose out with Foden.
Yeah, and then Kane.
Is Kane going to be fit?
Dyer.
Is Kane on. Is Kane going to be fit? Because that didn't look good at the weekend.
He was on crutches. That's the thing. That was interesting when I found he was on crutches. So I really don't know how this is going to pan out now because it's a race of time. I think this happened a couple of years ago when he got injured in one of the tournaments, and I think it did happen a bit of that scenario.
Champions League, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was the Champions League, and he got fit
the
before
worst
the
Champions
final.
League final in history. Well,
Yeah,
no, it's not. Hold on, no, it's not the 2 Italian teams in 2003.
I've just received, guys, a link from somebody. Man United Direct. Man United will be withdrawing from Super League with official confirmation set to be made before Friday. #NUFC players revolted behind the scenes with Shaw and Maguire both heavily involved. They took it to the very top and confronted Edward.
Yeah. I knew it was going to happen. What Maguire was going to confront Edward with. He was going to... Yeah.
Man City... This is for Sky Sports, by the way. Tell organisers do not wish to be part of the European Superleague. What the fuck are we doing this podcast for?
Apparently City, Barcelona and Atletico as well. It's all going Pete Tong for Perez, which is the best part of all of this.
Do you know what?
Horrible.
The way he came out in that Spanish media during the last 24 hours.
Do you know what? It's when he came out and said, young people don't give a fuck about football.
Yeah, exactly when I saw that one.
What are all these ultra groups about then?
Exactly.
All over Europe.
He clearly knows other young people to the ones we know,
What does he know?
Like his backers, more like.
No, he knows people on TikTok kind of thing that have only the attention span for a 30-second video. These are the people that he's paying attention to, and he wants their money.
It's a minute. I've got TikTok, man. I get lost in the holes on it.
Oh, I know. That's why I don't get me started.
Mate, some of the football ones are amazing.
Some of them,
This lad, Tom Garrett's a West Brom fan, but he's so fucking down the middle. And he just fucking rips into... There's this Liverpool fan on it, and he's... Right, you'll get this, right? It was... I think it's Suarez, Henry, Shearer, right? And it was drop, start, bench. No. Yeah, drop, start, bench, right? And it's based on like ability, finishing, and like weak foot. And he turned around and went, you know what? Shearer fucking starts every day of the year. And I'm like, that's the kind of guy I could go for a pint with.
That's what I agree with that 100%. Actually, I would agree with that.
Henry gets on the bench and Suarez is to get
drop.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about finishing, then Shearer's the best finisher out of all.
Left foot, right foot, head.
I know.
Arse. Off the side of the...
Any part of his body.
Just anything.
Yeah.
And
now, I'd say Henry's a better all-round player, but as a striker, Shearer all the way.
Yeah. Even like outside the box. Who's got a better shot outside the box than Alan Shearer?
That volley against Everton.
It's not that one for me. It's... what goal is it? I can't even remember who it's against. He smashes it though.
Yes, I do remember a few of them.
Is it
There are certain
Blackburn?
YouTube videos I go to when I'm depressed, that you just like Newcastle's goals under Bobby Robson and just like a few keep turning up. But yes.
Yeah.
You think of all the screamers they scored for Blackburn as well. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, when him and Sutton up front, man, bloody hell, yeah, that was a really hell of a strike partnership. Yeah, no, it's interesting now how somebody
it's all imploding.
back it up. Yeah,
it's all imploding. It's fucking beautiful.
It is
72
fucking beautiful.
hours.
I know.
Do you know what? Football. I'm gonna say something. It's a bit of a fucking strong opinion. Football's still dead.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is a win for the fans. I think this is the club shitting themselves.
It is.
I don't think this is the club doing what they actually believe in. They're doing it because of those, right? Those players aren't going to be able to walk around, Chelsea players aren't going to be able to walk around, the King's Road because there's idiot fans who would attack them.
Yeah.
Rashford retweeted something really important today, and it was the Busby thing. Football without fans is nothing, which isn't even Busby's. I'm not even sure it's a Busby quote. I'm going to be honest.
It is a Busby quote because it was on one of the banners. It was on one of the banners on that game on the game of Sunday, and it referenced that point. And I think how the hell did all know the quotes from what Busby said? Football without fans is not. Football without fans is nothing. How can they not notice that it's been on the banners for the last season? How did they not know that? And the question I will say now is, I think the Wolverhampton fans will win if at this point in time, maybe the next decade. I feel like now because of what they always have done, there could be pressure from these fan groups saying we want to be on the board. I think that maybe tip over the edge where fans could win when they can get fan balls on every single club. But who knows with that one?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking group chat.
I've just seen it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to try something. My screen may go blank for a minute. Just give me a second. I'm going to try do something. You still hear me, boys?
Yeah, we can still hear you. Oh my god.
Hold on, I'm going to try and... Oh, fuck. Can't do what I was going to do. Hold on. Got an idea. Can I sound?
You know, Andrew, it'd be one of those John Travolta moments when we realize Harris is going to be on his own side. Just in the pulpit where he just puts, yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
Right, hold on. This could be funny. Right, give me a second. Oh, so annoying. Hold on. I'm in.
Oh, trying to do edits mid thing.
Yeah,
I know.
It's
fucking brilliant.
You went full screen for a second there.
Yeah, I know. It's not going to let me do it now. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'll try to share the actual photo there.
Yeah.
Oh god.
As a massive Star Wars fan, I fucking appreciate that.
Yeah.
I am the Senate.
That's literally Florentino Perez. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like at the end of the latest Star Wars. It's when like Rey fucking. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Aye.
I'm not spoiling anything here, am I?
Don't even try and spoil it for anyone, right? So I would not go down that road.
Oh, you know what?
For us personally, no, but your viewers might.
You know what? See if you've not seen it already. It's been out for fucking 2 years. Fuck yes. Right?
It has.
It's when fucking like Palpatine gets destroyed at the end of the latest one. But all the fucking Jedi or inside Ray, and he's just like, no, not again. It's that whole thing when everything just goes to bits and Exco falls to pieces. That literally is the European Superleague right now. It's all just going to pieces.
Yeah,
It's a content creator's dream. That's all I'm saying right now.
Oh, somebody will actually take or have this idea, by the way, and just shoot it right up on stage.
Of course they will.
Yeah, exactly. So Chelsea Brighton game's been delayed for 15 minutes.
Obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not surprised.
My phone's fucking blew up.
Same with mine. I put it on silent, but Messenger's still blowing up. But basically, the Super League is now down to 5 because City, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Barcelona, Atletico, and AC have pulled out. So there's really only Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Arsenal are out. Tottenham are still there. But,
Tottenham and Arsenal are still there.
No, Arsenal aren't. But I'm just trying to work out the 5 that are left.
Tottenham's sitting there. It's the John Travolta meme. You know what he's like?
That's what I said. That's what I was saying as well. Yeah, that's what I was saying as well.
You know, from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It's total Pulp Fiction.
Oh, God.
But this
there hasn't been enough motherfuckers in this thing. You know what I mean? To describe what was going on here.
Them motherfuckers.
Well,
the thing is, it's something Hibs have just shared on Facebook. Football without fans, nothing. And it's just Hibs literally getting the cup and, the whole of the eruption of sunshine on Leith, and there goes the goosebumps again.
I know.
Anytime that day is
I'm not even a Hibs fan, but that gave me goosebumps that day.
I think the whole of Scotland wanted Hibs to win that day.
Yeah,
minus
everyone that was there. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen the thing with Stubbs walking down the stairs, and I was just like, I don't even need to know when that is. I know exactly what's happening. But no, it's great. This has sort of fell apart in the half an hour we've been on.
I know.
It's kind of fucking beautiful.
And someone just tweeted enjoying the Super League's new knockout format because there's only 5 left.
Right, here's the thing. Who's getting the bye for the next round?
That's a good question, man. Obviously, Madrid, yeah. And then Inter and Spurs have got to fight it out, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Inter and Spurs. Going by previous games, Spurs get through, don't they?
But Inter, Spurs, Juventus, and who is the 4th? Oh
Barcelona.
my God. Barcelona pulled out.
So who's left?
Oh. Atletico
pulled out.
Yeah.
Atletico pulled out.
Right, City, United, Arsenal, Chelsea. So there's 2 English teams left. Yeah, so Liverpool is the other one. Right, so it's Inter, Real Madrid, Liverpool, and Spurs.
Real Madrid still win that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for someone fucking jumps in after we're off live. This is all fucking taking the piss now. It's all falling apart and we're having a fucking party about it.
We are.
It is fucking beautiful.
It means the other stuff that we talk about can actually matter to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to get into that fucking idiot being sacked.
Which one?
What did he call himself anything when he went to Spurs? The happy one?
I don't know.
No.
He didn't call himself anything now.
No, I don't think so.
I just remember him in the Tottenham dot going, yous aren't cunts, yous aren't cunts, yous aren't cunts.
I think at this point his career is the irrelevant one now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was finished after the Man United job last Saturday.
He was finished after Madrid. He's another one of Perez's victims.
Yeah, Madrid did destroy him, didn't it?
Yeah, because I remember I actually saw a video recently where you remember like his greatest moment was when Inter Milan beat Barcelona, and it was a tactical masterclass, not particularly pretty, but there was this 20-minute detailed video of it. He thought of everything about how to take Barcelona apart, and even if you weren't a fan of the style of what he did, It was beautiful. And it was just the attention to detail. It was frightening. All that's gone. At the very least, we want that back from him. And I feel like he's just lost the love for it. Like,
I think, right, I am a little bit of a Mourinho fanboy. I do love him in a lot of ways. I love how he pisses Pep off. I fucking love how he annoys Pep. But I've got a bit of a love for Pep, which I shouldn't. Comes down to a quote about him talking about Oasis and the Beatles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. Said
well, even Oasis are City fans, you know? So.
Yeah, exactly. But he lost Rui Faria going into the third year of the Man United job. And nothing seemed to work after that.
No.
You know, he's number 2 for years.
It's like what happened with Brian Clough when he lost Peter Taylor. You could see the sides were coming of the downward spiral. It's exactly the similar parallels what happened with Marina Freya. That is exactly the similar parallels you see there.
Yeah. It's one thing I've seen other great coaches do with different number 2s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Fergie started off with Archie Knox. They went to Brian Kidd, Steve McLaren,
and then
Carlos
it was
Queiroz.
Mike Phelan, wasn't it?
No, it was Carlos Queiroz and then Mike Phelan. And then Queiroz came back and we won the Champions League. And then it was Mike Phelan. I just think Pep's had a range of staff, Ancelotti, Capello, you know, all these coaches that are, you know,
surrounded himself with top. Nobody's an island. Nobody can do it on their own. They need some good people around them. And like even Mourinho in the early days, not only did he have the guy you mentioned, he also had like Andre Villas-Boas and even Steve Clark at the start as well. Yeah. So 100%. It's like he's lost his good people around him. Like, can we even name his people around him now at Spurs or anywhere else? Because I can't remember them.
At United, they brought in Michael Carrick and promoted Kieran McKenna, who are all his backroom staff now. But Ollie brought Mike Phelan back to the club. As Bielsa's had a number of different staff from him, hasn't he?
Yeah. He had Diego Reyes when he joined with us at Leeds, and then Carlos Cubran, who was the one season before he left to join Neutral Town this season. And we've had a bit of rotation going around anyway, but Bielsa has really he knows the good people around it, and he's always made sure they have the similarities, what he believes in, and they stick with it, and that's it, you know. So and like I said with Carlos Cubran, he gave advice to our last coach, Carlos Cubran, to say, look, you know what? Do what you need to do. I support you, and he let him go with good faith, and that's why we also knew he had another assistant manager number 2 in mind. So, you know, it's exactly why Mourinho's not had that for a lot. He just don't know which good people he can have as his number 2, and that's been his issue since then.
Yeah, I mean, when I seen that happen in the summer, and then we had the poor summer when we bought Fred, Lee Grant and Delot. Paid 50 million for Fred. Can I just say, Fred ain't Brazilian, by the way. No. He's from fucking Salford. He's from fucking Salford.
Still been a solid part of your midfield.
No, man, he's vibes. He's like, you know what people say? Ollie's got no tax, he's just got vibes. Fred's that vibes guy. I like him. I like him, and I'm saying that I like Fred. Even though I was screaming against Tottenham for him to take him off and put Pogba into midfield and change the attack, but what do I know? I'm just a fat Scotch guy. You know what I mean? Do you think he gets another big job? Because one of my mates thinks, he could go to Bayern, but Flick obviously.
No, he will not go to Bayern, and there's a very good reason that I've discussed this before. Mourinho once said very early in his career that he would never manage in a country where he couldn't understand the language, and he always found German very hard. He's fluent in English, Spanish, and Italian, and obviously Portuguese, but he found German impossible. He will not manage at Bayern Munich, I don't think, for that reason.
I think that as well, and the hierarchy at Bayern Munich as well.
I'm also at the point now with Mourinho where I'm just like, you don't need to work again. Let's be honest. If you're going to work again,
$100 million worth of payouts.
Take, like, say, the Portugal job after the Euros and then retire. Because he needs a break. He needs to recharge. He needs to find that passion and attention to detail that we all fell in love with. He needs to get that back. He can't do that if he's there week in, week out.
It's what Conte did when he left Juventus and been there for so long. He went to Italy, and I think that helped him.
It revitalised him.
Yeah.
Mourinho can do the same thing. And because of the language thing, he could do Italy or Spain if Portugal job doesn't become available. But
I'm going to throw a curveball. Celtic.
I'm not sure how much the Celtic fans would thank you for it, but it would be a step up from Lennon, put it that way. And it might act as a break, but yeah.
I'm just thinking he fucking hates Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
He doesn't like Steven Gerrard at all.
What would the other half think of that if that curveball he said?
I discussed it with a good lady, and she went, I fucking hate him because of 2003, but if he wants to come and take Gerrard out, all is forgotten. But I fucking warn the Celtic fans one thing: you think Neil Lennon's football would get football stopped? Mourinho would put football into fucking retirement.
But you'd never know if he had the right kind of players at his disposal and look at the opposition he's playing. Because people have this kind of, like, what do you call it? This idea that Mourinho's football was defensive. And to an extent, it's true. But if you look at, it's pragmatic, exactly. If you look at when he first came to Chelsea, that game against Barcelona at Stamford Bridge, look at that again and tell me he's a defensive manager.
I don't think
he's as defensive as he needs to be.
Have you ever heard about when he played one of the lower league teams at Chelsea?
No, I can't remember any story, but
I think he played Stockport County or something, right? And he done a tactical insight into the whole of Stockport County, a proper pamphlet, and handed it to the manager of the other club. Like, listen, this is how much I go into things. And I thought, fuck me, man! Like, you don't need that for a lower league team, but he assesses everything.
Yeah.
I think he's still got a good. I'm not sure he's got a big job in him again, but I think he's maybe got sort of a mid-level job again.
So he's got that attention to detail still, but does he have that passion to really make those pamphlets again? That's the question. Do you think how much of that do you think he did at Spurs, and how much of that do we think was a bit?
Not much.
That's the problem right there.
I mean, I seen glimpses of it at United. I really did. I seen glimpses of that greatness at United.
He got you to second, and that squad was not second, as people found out in years to come.
It was built on good. It was built on fucking sand. Those foundations. But the problem with Mourinho is he falls out with everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers that video with Pogba. Pogba's, racing up to go and see him, and he just fucking goes, "Fuck you."
Give him the death stare. It was one of the fucking death stare. Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
And when you think about the United team that's right now, right, how many of those players were out there under Mourinho? Shaw,
Pogba,
having the season of his life. Rashford wouldn't be there. Marshall wouldn't be there. You wouldn't even know who Mason Greenwood is.
Exactly.
Because Mourinho does not.
Pogba would be gone.
Pogba would be gone, yeah.
Pogba would be gone. Lukaku probably about 30 stone. Yeah, I fucking like Lukaku. I always did. I just thought he came back and he switched bodies with Stormzy.
Yeah. I just want to know how the fuck United did not get his bloody food plan fucking right when they didn't even know. I was like, what the fuck's going on with that?
Mate, Kim, he just loves his grub, man. He's like me.
I don't love his grub, man.
I love the grub. Mate, see that first season when he was ripped. He's just literally running through folk.
I know.
That's what happens when you try and go for power and muscle when you eat too much. I mean, the same thing happened to Ronaldo. It's happened to a whole load of other strikers where, like, oh, you're really quick. Imagine if we match that with the power as well. And then they just become fat and bloated. And it's the same thing that's happened to many others before him and won't be the last. That's what happened to Lukaku.
No,
So they try to turn him into Drogba. That's like Mourinho tried to turn him into Drogba.
Here's the best thing. Drogba had a first touch.
He did.
He did.
And Lukaku's
I noticed he wasn't part of the equation of that start-drop bench guy. Drogba should have been right in there. I think he's one of the greatest.
Drogba starts for me.
Every time.
He does. Mm-hmm.
And Drogba's never a big goal scorer, if you remember, under Mourinho.
No.
He scored 10s and 11s. It wasn't until Ancelotti got in there and paired him with Anelka.
Yeah.
You know.
Because when I'm assessing a striker, I don't really think of it as number of goals. I look at it from the defence point of view and what player makes you go, oh, fuck, I'm going to have my hands full today.
Mark Hughes.
I was going to say Drogba, but okay.
Because
he's got the pace and the power.
Mark Hughes could hold a back four off with his fucking hands.
That's true.
He was
Didn't he have the pace for
target man, isn't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
I mean, I watch Stretford Park literally on a Friday on Howson's Brew. All they basically try and talk about is, you know, the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup final, which is great because I've watched that game about I don't know how many times, and Sparky's unbelievable that night. Yeah, but when you think about like big players, you're thinking Drogba.
Because it's not about being a handful. I misspoke. What I mean is pace kills more than that.
Oh, speed kills.
Drogba had it. As well as the power. That's
100%.
Him and the other most underrated striker ever was George Weah.
AC Milan boy.
AC Milan boy that was PSG before that and then twilight of his career at City and Chelsea. But most of the time was... I don't think so. I would have known all about it if he played for Arsenal. No. He played for City and Chelsea.
Yeah. I did see some reviews from Matt Lawton in the Times. He said that being told the majority of the majority of clubs are now pulled out. Atletico Barcelona also back it out.
Jesus.
There's only 5 left.
It's mental.
So
Absolutely mental.
It's Real Madrid, the 3 Italian clubs, and Liverpool and Tottenham.
And I'm disappointed Liverpool haven't made an announcement yet because they're the ones. Because more than anybody, no disrespect to anyone else, but they're more than anyone claim to be the people's clubs. And it's empty words right now if they don't say something. As I said before, I'm surprised Klopp's in a job because he's spoken before about his kind of left-wing socialist principles to get political for a wee bit. All of it is empty platitudes while he's still in a job.
Yeah.
For me.
See, the thing is, right, I watched his interview pre-game and I watched his post-match interview. He fucking goes and attacks Gary Neville and I'm like...
I noticed.
What the fuck are you doing? Are you actually listening to what Neville's saying?
Guys, break some news. This is surprising. Ed Woodward has resigned as chairman of Manchester United. There's been rumours going on, and it will get more. There'll be more details. Multiple sources have said that Ed Woodward has resigned as chairman of Manchester United.
Just gonna give you a moment here, buddy. That's one good thing out of the Super League, eh?
Yeah.
I might actually go into work with a smile on my face tomorrow. Fucking not. On the same day, you get fucking told you're working 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Nothing can hurt my heart today.
Nothing can hurt my heart now.
As you down a fry up, it's like, so you have a heart attack. Nothing can hurt my heart today.
Well, song comes to mind. Don't break my heart, my achy, breaky heart. Oh God, we've had everything tonight.
So I found out the rules was not just how McGrath could throw to Ed Woodward, also Luke Shaw as well.
Right, Luke Shaw's a tank, right, and Harry Maguire's a bit of a madman. Where's Roy Keane in all this?
That's what I was about to say as well.
The only things I have heard him say this weekend is, I agree with Gary Neville.
And I don't agree with Gary Neville a lot.
They might have said that as well, yeah.
Wow, this is quite... If I was in work tomorrow, I'd fucking go grab a whiskey, but...
So no, this news is getting more and more and more and more. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, oh my God.
I'm gonna nick a little thing from Jim Carrey and Batman and Forever. Now the real games begin. If anyone remembers Batman Forever for anything,
I remember that.
It's fucking awful. Yeah. It's awful.
Yeah, I know.
This is beautiful. So, right, see Mourinho getting sacked, right? There's two things that have came out of it, right? One, he was totally against Super League, which I totally believe.
Yeah.
Right, and the other thing, there was a players' revolt against him.
100%. Yeah.
I believe
what
that
was
too.
it? What was it? Because I think he made some of those players better. Harry Kane, I thought, became more complete.
I don't think Kane's not one of the players we thought. We can guarantee he's not one of that.
Definitely not. I don't think.
But I do know there was some. Yeah, but I do know there will be one or two snakes in who vote against him. There will be one or two of them.
It's the same fuckers that sold Pochettino out.
Yeah.
Oh, season 3 of The Mandalorian's been announced. This is getting better. Tonight gets better.
When's The Mandalorian? Because I need to catch up on the first 2 seasons.
Disney Plus, get on it. It's fucking quality.
I will do, but when is 3 out so that I can time the first 2 catching up?
I'll message you in a bit. Douglas, we've actually broke the news just before you were in. You've missed me dancing and everything.
Yeah, you have, Douglas. I broke the news and I was just looking for you on Twitter and I thought, oh my God, this is so...
What a great podcast.
It is a great podcast tonight. I know.
The thing is, we didn't even go full mental.
No, we didn't.
Okay, wow. Douglas has made another announcement. Wow.
What's he saying now?
So it should be up on your screen just now.
FSG looking to sell Liverpool too.
Bloody hell. This is going to be really, really interesting. Not just days.
Home, country road.
It's exactly what Jim Carragher said. When the Liverpool fans got Hicks and Gillette out, and they got them out forcefully, so the Liverpool fans will do the same to FSG, no matter what. So, yeah, don't be surprised if that happens, because we see Liverpool fans are very vocal, and they can get 2 Americans out, which they did do. So,
right, the next one's the Glazers. Announce Joel Glazer's death or leave or selling the club.
Yeah, that's going to be a much bigger uphill task, but yeah. That'd be
something to get me a flight.
Them Glazers need to go back and focus on their buddy Tampa Bay Buccaneers that they've beat undervalued on the
That's what's fucking annoying. That's what's so annoying about them, right? They fucking put it right in for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? Now, the Super Bowl, right, is, the NFL's Champions League.
It is.
Just fucking put that money in United, guys. Come on.
I literally just responded to someone on Twitter with kind of like the podcast Twitter, because somebody American, and I'm a fan of the NFL, but one of the people that I follow basically said, like, what would happen? What teams would be in an NFL Super League? And I was like, you already have a Super League. It's called the NFL. That's the whole point. That's what we're trying to kind of rebel against.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, And that's okay. I'm not having a go at the NFL there. Their league was like that from the start, and then they invited more
that's how it was
as an
inaugurated.
expansion. That's fine. But we're not, obviously, kind of not used to that, and that's why we're against it.
Are we European, technically?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, in Europe, we love this promotion, relegation, and it's just good news. I mean, I called out FSG last summer, being a United fan, saying why you're not fucking backing Klopp properly to give him the finances to go against City in this season, because Liverpool didn't need much. I don't think us.
They just needed a few upgrades. They just needed a few upgrades. That's all they
it wasn't even
do.
upgrades. It was backups.
Depth.
Backups for them. Just depth. That's all you need.
Yeah. They've probably got the best first 11 in the league, arguably up there with City. But what's underneath?
I think them
is
and
the problem.
City are.
But City have so much more underneath, which is the more pressing issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as much as I think I've had a good go at Liverpool, I've sort of defended Klopp going, well, he's not been backed.
Yeah.
I've been consistent in saying, you've got to back your manager.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't back your manager, then what's the point? What's the point in doing that? Klopp was backed this summer the same way Mourinho was backed with Fred for 50 million and Lee Grant.
Yeah.
I know obviously Thiago came in, but you don't know how you don't know how he's gonna turn out just now. I think he's a great player. He's easily world class. You've got to
sometimes you've got to be careful what you wish for, because I kind of expressed concern before about there's not a lot of creativity in that midfield. All the creativity comes from the wings, but there's a good balance there. Yes, they play a 6 and 2 8s where you'd like one of those 8s to be a 10, and Thiago's supposed to be kind of like the upgrade over Wijnaldum, but it worked well. Do you want to upset that? Be careful.
Yeah, sometimes it's too many cooks spoil the broth, isn't it?
Aye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been the thing with City the last couple of weeks with the defence. Changing the team too much.
Yeah, you can have too much depth.
They've got 50-60 million pound player in every position.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's one of them. Right, we're going to leave English football because I can't talk about it without being negative. As much as United's win was brilliant and Greenwood's 2 finishes were excellent, fuck English football until this is done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really all we can say about it. Fuck it until the Super League's been wiped off the face of the earth. I don't think this is the end of it, though.
No.
I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see a bit of a tossing and throwing over the next couple of years about it happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to get the backing now.
No, they've overplayed their hand massively.
Completely.
I think they didn't. I don't understand how they could have underestimated kind of like the backlash it was going to get, and then how they could miscalculate that badly. Because say what you like about the greedy bastards, they're clever people. They should have been able to kind of gauge the temperature of the room, read the room, and they failed miserably.
Yeah, no one read the room.
Exactly.
And I don't buy that was an accident either. They've got if they're kind of like cooking up this kind of atmospheres, like what are they trying to really do behind their bag? What's the real thing of substance they're doing while we're all distracted by this?
Yeah.
And we'll find out soon enough.
Was this the whole thing of, well, the backlash makes me horny sort of thing? Are they just seeing what the backlash is going to be? You know what I mean?
No, I think it's designed to push something in under the radar.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, Super League. Look what we're doing here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's a whole.
Don't look, that's the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving away from English football
We're going to get to the Scottish Cup.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Sure.
Carl, you're going to have to take a back seat during this one.
That is fine with
You
me.
couldn't be, you just couldn't be brawler turning up.
So, well, listen, I have to stay. So just go what you have to do. Do what you have to do.
Andrew, I'll let you go first with the Aberdeen penalties against Livy.
We were lucky.
Bastards.
We did not deserve to go through. J. Emmanuel Thomas was the best player on the pitch. Big winger with pace and power and everything that we've spoken about before. He was way too OP for this league, and he showed the rest of us up. We were very lucky to get back into it, and I think once we got into the shootout, psychologically we had the edge because Livingston knew that they were the better team, and it's like, we're still here, for fuck's sake. And then we're like,
you've done that to them.
Load off our chest.
You know that.
Oh, I know, but the big jumbo jet, man. But yeah, and Canberra got a goal.
Less said about that, the fucking better. Cunt.
You still love him, don't you, Andrew? Just to be honest, you still love him, don't you?
Do you want to know something, right? See if he hadn't done what he done when he went to Rangers, he'd still be at the club. But I got a bit of insider to what, not sure I've told you, Andrew, Carl's heard this before, what the Hibs players done to him when he came back from pre-season.
No, I haven't heard this at all.
Oh, you'll love this. It's a shithousery of the Hibs dressing room. Bought a Rangers top and put it on his peg with Canberra 22 on it.
That's banter of some kind, yeah.
That's shithousery, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Shithousery.
Yeah, there's a whole kind of combination of passive aggressiveness and God knows what here. While he was still a Hibs player and it was just being spoken about, like a thing, yeah.
No. This was when he came back for pre-season.
Jesus.
And Jack Ross, I don't think he was really spoken to. He was like, you know what? Get the fuck out of the club, you little cunt.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously because he wasn't even kind of like that big a player for Rangers anyway. He was literally just like the money outperformed kind of like what he did on the pitch, and that's obviously kind of why if he would become like an integral part of Rangers, then fair enough. But no, I understand where it comes from. Yeah,
I didn't mind the loan move, right? It was when he said, "I fucking dreamed to play here," and I was like, "Read the fucking room flow." He's turned into fucking Robbie Keane because it's his dream to play for Aberdeen. He's turned into fucking Robbie Keane.
I'll be honest, I only really want him there to do a job and score goals. It's not really kind of a...
I wish Fraser Hornby worked out before he got that horrible injury.
Oh, I know.
Because
I've just got another breaking news. There's been rumours in Italy that Andrea Agnelli has resigned as the president of Juventus.
The Ed Woodward news is going through on Sky.
Yeah, well, seeing on Twitter that it's started to be some small rumours, but this might grow within the next couple of minutes. Very much from Italy, and
we should just keep rolling.
We should
keep rolling, keep rolling. Yeah,
keep it going.
Yeah.
Niall McGinn up back scoring as well, Andrew.
Lovely to see.
He's a player.
He is a club legend.
He's an Aberdeen legend. Yeah.
Yes.
Club legend. I remember him scoring at Easter Road the year we went down. The year McInnes came into Aberdeen.
Absolutely.
And he beat us 2-0 at Easter Road. And he scored for about 25 yards. I was in the famous 5 behind the goal, and I was just like, sort of like pretty lower down going.
Fair play, lad, fair play. He cuts inside a lot and does that. It's just what he does.
Cracking player.
His right foot. And very, very loyal to... I mean, obviously, he had a year where he left and then he came back. It was literally 6 months, actually. Yeah, you can forgive that. Like, Aberdeen's only a certain size of club. Yeah, you got to make your money somehow. You got to go and get paid.
Yes. It's fucking expensive up in Aberdeen.
And you've got to, like, set up your kids' college fund somehow, and our wages are going to do that on its own. So, yeah.
True.
Obviously,
retirement fund.
100%. You know, can it be easy coming from, you know, Northern Ireland, playing county football, going to Celtic? Was it Brentford he went to when he was down south?
Yes.
Someone like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's Brentford, because I thought that was a great move for him. Especially the way, you know, Brentford play football. I predicted we'd win 3-4-0 at Stranraer. Dutifully done. Doige, Nisbet and Boyle getting a double. You know, brilliant. I fancy us for the Cup this season again. I really do. I don't think there's much in our way. Aberdeen.
You reckon it's going to be another Hibs Rangers final?
No, I think you're putting them out.
I hope you're right.
That'd be beautiful. I mean, another
Umar
Sadiq moment at Hampden would be beautiful. But it'd just be Morelos falling over instead. Just it'd be sensational. And, you know, us two can play in the final.
Yeah. Probably the biggest fixture outside of the Old Firm, to be honest, Aberdeen Hibs.
Without hearts about, yeah. Without hearts about. Because see this new firm derby we use in Dundee United, that's a lot of shit.
That's because you weren't born to see it when it was good. To fair, neither was I.
I get it. But I get it back in the day, because obviously Dundee United had a great team in like the 80s and that, you know, playing in Europe, and Aberdeen had the, you know, Fergie. Who was the Dundee United manager? Was it Jim McLean?
What's his name? Jim McLean, that's it. The late Jim McLean.
The late and great.
Nah.
But the modern new firm is not don't even cut the throat to go. Never. Yeah.
Fucking, it's not just that. Aberdeen and Hibs have got a huge history. It's not just on the pitch; it's off the pitch. It's
the casuals can be nasty bastards on both sides.
Aye, horrible cunts. But no, I could. The thing is, the last time we played you in the cup, you've done us at Hampden.
I remember that game. Was it like 2-0 in like the first few minutes, and then it got interesting?
I nearly left. You went up 2-0 inside 4 minutes. I think it was Adam Rooney and Christie. Yeah. Christie scored that free kick for the.
We had him. Yeah.
And it's fucking well known I don't like Fraser Fivey. Publicly known I don't rate that little ginger scrotum.
Yeah, I remember because he came through us at about the same time as Ryan Jack. They were the two young, promising players.
Ryan Jack. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
If you're going on left, Jack's here, Fivey's here.
Now he is, yeah. But at the time, they were like the two of Eagles that came through. He was for a while, like just because he came through at like 16. So did Ryan Jack. Yeah. And then obviously both gone their separate ways since then, and in the same way.
Well, the weird thing is Fraser Fivey's won both national cups in Scotland and England.
Yeah,
because Fivey was at Wigan when they done the FA Cup, which is mental when you think about it.
It is, yeah.
Barely played England. I thought, what? Fuck's happened now?
So we said about Ed Rules was going to resign. He's only stand out. He will stand out at the end of 2021.
Right, so he's just leaving early.
No, he's not leaving till the end of the year.
I've just danced live on YouTube because the cunt's leaving.
I don't know.
I'm out, fam.
Yeah. I know I'm struggling as well. I mean, I did have an idea. Like, because they said before, didn't Juventus say that they were resigning, like the chairman was resigning?
Yeah. And
you know what? This is stepping down.
You know what this is going to mean, though? All the owners are going to resign from their clubs. They're going to take their money with them, and they're just going to set up franchises.
One person is going to be increased having amount of pressure. Is going to be Perez. I think those ultras at Real Madrid, he's just
been put back in though.
You might leave Juventus, but you're going to see the Turin Zebras forming part of a Super League before soon. Because that owner will have all the money to set it up.
Yeah, it's like what John McGinn put up on Instagram. Everyone goes back to Pro Evo names. The little fucking legend that he is.
I
I
know.
love McGinn. He went
That
up in
is
my
fucking
estimation
right.
from that.
I give him that. As an answer, I give him that because
Fucking-
fuck that. Yeah, that's right.
Fucking getting into Hearts, right? Harry Cochrane was meant to be the guy who changed Scottish football.
I know.
And he's leaving at the end of the season.
Where's he going?
He doesn't know where he's
Probably
going.
going to Hibs.
He's
Probably going to
yeah.
Hibs.
Well, who knows? that fucking thing.
What a
When I
player,
first
by
met
the way.
him, yeah, when I first met him a few years ago, when we beat you lot 2-1 after the game when I met him, I thought he had a very good future. I thought he's going to be the future of Hearts, no matter what. And I think the last 2 lows he had, yeah, they fucked. Michael fucked him over for that, and I was really, and that's what surprised me. That I was not going to be surprised that he was going to reject the contract extension. I was not surprised, and I think he has been treated by the club cruelly. Really has been.
Yeah, Cochrane was one player I had my eye on as well because he was the first player from the SFA performance schools to start an SPL game.
Yeah,
which is why he's very significant. A few more since then. Billy Gilmore's the most notable one, but anyway. Yeah.
Because what the he obviously finished Scott Brown for a couple of games, and then he was the guy that filled McGinn because that's all you went on about for about 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
McGinn lives in Cochrane's back pocket, mate. McGinn's playing in the Premiership, and
I know exactly.
Cochrane's wiping fucking somebody's arse somewhere at the back end of a lower Scottish league. Because where'd he go on loan to?
I think he went to Dunfermline. I think he went to Dunfermline one.
Dunfermline at first, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was at Morton. I don't know if I was at Morton somewhere because I do remember he went to at least the 2 championships.
Dunfermline and Montrose.
Montrose. Yeah, Montrose down the low leagues. Yeah, I know. That's how
McGinn's playing in the Premiership, mate.
Exactly. How could that exactly what you said there? I'm just thinking this player was supposed to be maybe a decent player for Premier League team.
The next big thing.
Yeah, and we just fucked him over, and it's sad to see how the last 2.
It's him and Irvine.
Him and Irvine. It's not surprising how Nielsen is not played as much, but also with Stendhal and the other few managers, even Levine as well. I fucked him over.
But Levine played him, and then I'm sure he got injured. Cochrane.
He got injured. And then Levine just didn't play him before he got sacked. When Levine got sacked, Levine shipped him off to Dunfermline, that season before he went to Montreux. And then when Buddy, I think it was when before Stendhal came in, he shipped off to Montreux, and then he never played. He never played for quite a while till last season got postponed. So after this, there's a lot of questions now. What happened? Where he goes?
Because you've got a great youth system.
We do.
You've got a good fucking young keeper sitting there, by the way.
Yeah, we do.
And young Harry Stone.
We want to protect Stone. We want to protect him because we don't want to let him go on the cheap. So there is going to be make sure that we have the youth academy needs to be protected a lot more because we don't want to keep losing players that could get. Without that is the side. So when I heard about the news about it, I thought, this is not this surprised me because I remember he was going to be the really key part of Hearts the next 5 to 10 years, and now
it was getting the comparisons to Gary Locke coming through that early. And
he was very huge, very huge. Yeah, I know. I
just wonder that. And on opinions, Andrew, I said this before we came on. Stephen Glass and Scott Brown, where's your head at with that?
Generally, I kind of quite like it. I mean, I like the way Stephen Glass kind of spoke at the end of the game there. I think he came across well. But with regards to the Scott Brown move, as I've said before, I don't think it's necessarily about him playing. It's more about a coaching role because we are actually quite well set in the centre of that midfield. We've got Lewis Ferguson and McCrory. Yeah, so Brown is a nice luxury to have. And I think what he does is he kind of puts pay to when McInnes left. I said, you know what, I would actually settle for taking a little bit of a step back in a season if it makes us really, really good again and buy kind of thing long term. I think Scott Brown and his kind of like his winning mentality that he's going to bring is going to take away that kind of long-term kind of thinking to Aberdeen. I think we're going to see a lot of quite good success quite soon. I don't think Hibs are going to have that third place to themselves like you hope that you would. But I think it kind of puts a stop to that.
My view on it it's a cheap option.
It could be, but it could be mutually beneficial to both. Or do you mean Stephen Glass?
Stephen Glass, not Scott Brown. Scott Brown completely makes sense to me. For the exact same reasons you've just said, the winning mentality. I know meeting Bruni and seeing him come through at Hibs, he's had a tenacity since he was 17 to want to win things. Whether that be Hibs, Celtic, Rangers, wherever he was going to end up. One of those players that probably should have went down south, but kind of like him because he was so loyal.
And you know what? Everyone said at the start that like everyone thought Brown was a bit thick because he had that interview where about John Collins. He's like, I don't know. But he said something very, very poignant at the end of his Hibs career about how, because he got a transfer request in from Reading and he gave this speech about how if I go down to Reading, I would just be in the Premier League for a year with a team that's probably going to get relegated and then I'll never be seen again. That's some fucking good insight for somebody who's apparently a bit thick. He never was.
Isn't it that? Stephen Glass was his mentor at Hibs. They're very, very close. I've met Bruni numerous times. Always comes across well. But I think the Scott Brown appointment's pretty smart. Stephen Glass comes across as a bit cheap for me. I know he's coming across from the sister club Atlanta United, is it?
Yeah. And what's it even them? It's like the reserve team or something, or the youth team or something.
So he's got that thing of bringing through youth, and you've got a pretty good youth academy just now, and players ready to come through. The likes of Conor McLennan and
they've actually been on our radar for quite a while, but they just don't seem to get kind of enough of the game time there. But recently,
I do worry, is the manager going to give one Glass time to sort this, because the results are going to be all over the place with this. There's going to be a change in philosophy and everything, because if he's anything the player he was at Hibs now under Mowbray, it was passing, moving, getting the ball forward, fullbacks all the way forward, your wingers checking in, very 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 sort of thing. I remember him scoring an absolute beauty against Aberdeen, Stephen Glass, and he didn't celebrate. And I remember saying, why is he not celebrating? And then someone's like, he's for Aberdeen, he's an Aberdeen fan. I thought, that's cool.
He's my favourite player ever. He played at Aberdeen and Newcastle,
Yeah.
Good lad, Stephen Glass.
I just hope that if you're going to do it properly, give him time, give him money, give him the chance to implement his own philosophies.
And that's where Scott Brown thing might be a problem. It might take away the patience. That's the one thing that I kind of have a problem with. That could go either way.
See, it might be a case of good cop, bad cop with them too. Stephen Glass being very, I wouldn't say he's placid, but he never came across as argumentative or confrontational watching him when I was younger. And we all know Bruni's
he's an abrasive gobshite, yes.
He's Kim what? See, when you've got the medal collection, gives a fuck.
Yeah. Well, I think there's only two Celtic players ahead of him. Is it like Billy McNeil and Bertie Auld in terms of trophies?
My missus would know better. In fact,
my
missus' dad would probably know better. He's a proper historian when it comes to Celtic.
Yeah.
But I think that's...
She didn't really have much choice in the matter, did she? No, because I had this conversation with someone else that was a Celtic fan, and Brown's third behind those two.
Yeah, I think so. He's overtaken Lennon and that, so...
Oh yeah, long ago.
Just, I think it goes unnoticed what he's actually like done and like he stayed at Celtic through, Mowbray and the low times and times he wasn't even in the squad. When you think under Strachan, it was Hartley and Robson in midfield, Nakamura one side and McGeady the other. You think he's seen through all that, and he's I think he's the last one out of that Hibs lot that's still playing.
Really? So if Whittaker and Thompson, everyone retired then?
I think, in fact, Whittaker's at Dunfermline.
Oh, Jesus.
Whittaker's at Dunfermline. Thompson retired about 3 years ago. Thompson retired the year we won the Cup. Riordan's been gone for a while. O'Connor's been gone for a while. Tam McManus. I don't include Stephen Dobie in that class that came through. Whereas a lot of people do. I don't consider him part of that. Even though he's playing...
No, he was before, wasn't he?
Yeah, to me, he was before that. But yeah, I think he's the last one playing really high-level football.
Any level of football we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, Stephen Whittaker does a lot of coaching at Dunfermline for what I can gather, which kind of kills me, him leaving Hibs like that. Because he always had... You could tell he always had something about him, and he went from playing sort of right back to playing centre of the park in like a 3. I always liked him. Don't know how we got 2 million for him when we did, because I thought he was... If Derek Riordan was the best of the lot, Stephen Whittaker was maybe the brunt of the litter.
At the time, maybe you're right, yeah.
Yeah, at the time. He's went on to have an unbelievable career. Played at Norwich for 5-6 years. Scored, 18 goals for Rangers from right mid. Had a great
Because I remember the big duo was obviously Scott Brown and Kevin Thompson. And I remember we got very, very lucky. You played us 2008. It was a Scottish Cup game, and both of them were injured, and we beat you 2-0 at Pittodrie.
They were both gone by 2008, mate.
Oh, must have been a bit before that, like 2006, 2007. Point is, they were still at Hibs.
Between 04 and 06. Because
the point is, they were there and they were suspended for the cup game against Aberdeen.
Yeah,
and all my mates were messing.
The game you're talking about.
Yeah, and all my mates were like, that wouldn't have happened if Brown and Thompson were playing. It's like, you wouldn't know if they exist if it wasn't for the paper. Shut your hole. But aye.
No, I get that view.
Because it was all my mates from Glasgow. Because obviously they're all firm fans. It's like they would never know of any Hibs players if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, what they didn't like was we'd go to Parkhead and Ibrox and we'd tear the arses off these lot. I remember us winning. Hold on, my dad's just texted me. Do you want a milkshake? Hold on, boys, I'm getting asked for a milkshake.
Stupid question is that? Of course you want a fucking milkshake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Dad, I want a milkshake. Of course I fucking do. Who doesn't want a milkshake?
It was like my sister when she, on pancake night, she asked if I wanted to come over for pancakes. Or Screech was like, what kind of a stupid ass question is that? Of course I want pancakes.
I'm not a pancake fan, so I can't say. I'm not a pancake man. I'm not even a big ice cream guy.
What?
You know what? I'm not even kidding. I'm not even a big ice cream guy. I'm a wing gums and drumsticks and these things. I'll show you now.
You see what? Do you just see what your other half just said to you? Have you just seen what she said to you? You may want to read what she said to you.
Get to fuck off the stream, bitch. Get to fuck.
Oh God.
That's a great relationship you have there, Andy.
Very good relationship.
Kim, we rip each other to fuck. She knows I love her. It's fine. I've had a fucking shit day.
Should probably contribute to the football-related side of things better than us. some of the time.
Yeah, true, absolutely.
We can ask her, by the way, who are the two people that have got more trophies than Scott Brown? It is Bertie Auld and I forgot his name. Captain Fantastic. What's his name? Help me out here, Carla.
Bobby Lennox.
Takes the hammer on this one, so.
Bobby Lennox.
Billy McNeil.
Billy McNeil.
And Bertie Auld.
He managed Aberdeen.
That's them doing it. I know. It's
and he managed Hibs as well.
It's an open goal for both of us.
Right. Going back onto the Scottish football stat. Got Big McNeil, yeah.
Billy McNeil.
Yeah. So going back on the Scottish football related stuff, and pretty much, yeah, you like I said, good for Aberdeen to get through just because it was, and for you as well. Well, Julie, your EKB's winning.
Yeah,
away.
we kind of need to. We kind of need to fucking get these Huns out the fucking road, out the cup. Where's St Mirren? Where's St Mirren when we need them? Where's
they're away to Kilmarnock because the answer to that question.
Yep.
Won the Saints. Won the Buddies.
Yeah.
Because if anyone can take the Huns on, it's them.
And I think St Mirren would win because like Kilmarnock have got a relegation spot to try and get out of, and St Mirren are safe.
Exactly.
St Mirren are the ones that can actually afford to have a cup run and actually, kind of do something with it. So I'd probably back them. And then for the same reason, I wouldn't be surprised if Dundee United put us out, but I'm going to say that they don't. And then Hibs should beat Motherwell. And then, so we're pretty much saying Hibs, Rangers and St Mirren definitely. And then between Aberdeen and Dundee United for the other semi-final.
The thing is, neither of you have got much to really play for. If we beat Livy tomorrow night, third place is ours. So you could have a free hit. It's 4 points with 3 games to go, but you've got to play the Old Firm.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, hold on.
And you'll take a 5-0 spanking off either of them, which you do every year at the end of the season.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, it's 4 points right now, and then you're assuming we lose to the Old Firm like we always do before it ball's even kicked. That's fair.
To be fair, it's not McInnes in charge, is it? He likes a bend over against Rangers and Celtic.
Well, he kept threatening to go to Rangers once or twice. Rangers and Sunderland, and he turned them both down. He's a good man, and we'll always thank him for that. But I don't know. He obviously played for Rangers before, so
Rangers and United, and St Johnstone.
West Brom.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's actually when I first remember him as a West Brom player, because they came up for the Championship for 1 year when they were one of their terrible years, and McInnes was the anchor in midfield for that team.
Yeah, like 37 or something.
Yeah, it was like a 2000, 2001 season or something like that. I was like 11. I wasn't out of primary school.
No, it wouldn't have been that. No, it was 2004. It was when Brian Robson saved them.
Was it that?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
because
true.
He went to St Johnstone after that, or he went to Millwall and then St Johnstone, because I remember him playing in the semi-final against Hibs in 2007.
Yeah, he's right about that one. Conspiracy theory. Let me hear this one.
Let's hear this.
Yes.
League was set up to fail, to pressure UEFA to give more money to clubs. If his league was paying... That's a fucking good one.
That's what I said.
That's sort of what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
This is all...
It's all about bringing UEFA back to the table so that they ask, what do you really want? It's about putting pressure on them.
Yeah.
Exercising a bit of leverage to get people back to the table, or distracting us from what they're really doing, or both.
Just got to kill our clubs, isn't they?
Yeah, true.
Whatever happens, football doesn't come out well from this either way, whatever happens.
No. And it's not just the European. It's not just the big European club. It's also going to be UEFA going to have to come out. It's going to come out this bad as well too, because they need to get their shit together as well.
You know what they need to do, right? Is ban these fucking clubs for a year from the European competitions for this shit, or take coefficient points away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they go and set the league up anyway, because then they've got nothing else to do.
There's got to be a consequence for how they've acted.
True. I'm gonna put a bit of bullhole on this one. I feel like the next 12 months, these big 6 clubs in the Premier League. I don't know about Chelsea. I don't know about Man City, but the other clubs, I think they will have to sell up because the way they've treated, how the owners are treated, they will have to sell up.
PSG v West Ham tweeted. Lingard scoring the winner.
Of course.
Yeah.
Any other way?
Fucking Lingard scoring the winner for PSG.
Ah, well.
No, because I was watching a transfer news thing on Straight for Parrock, and Madrid and PSG are supposedly interested in Lingard.
I know. When I heard the fucking back, I thought, whoa, okay, what the fuck's going on here?
Like, if there was one player leaving Man United to go to Madrid or PSG, it certainly wasn't Lingard.
I know, that's not what I saw coming until...
Yeah, until I decided to... See, the thing is, on the Lingard thing, right, there's no pressure at West Ham to do anything. He walks in there and does what he wants. Not in an arrogant way like that, but he sort of walks in there and
he plays in that free role and is just able to express himself and create and not have a specified role saying you will do this, this and this. He's free. He doesn't have to think.
The mad thing is, he's a Mourinho player.
No.
He is a Mourinho player. Like, if you look at Lingard's best bits at United, 3/4 of it's all Mourinho. If you take away the overhead kick against Chelsea, which no one remembers, and is it though?
That's a good, you have to question that one. I don't think it properly isn't because it's still going to be issues over the next years or so.
That's my thing. Is it? Is it really? Because I don't know. Just it still stinks shit to me.
Yeah,
absolutely reeks of shit to me. The whole thing. It's left a bitter taste in my mouth. I mean, it's a sad thing to say. I don't watch Man United on the telly a lot.
Yeah, no.
I fell away. Part of me fell out of love with English football and has done for the last sort of couple of years. It's nothing to do with United not being successful. It's you know how a lot of Scottish football fans are saying the English league's very tin pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it. I do feel it.
Is that not what they say about us?
Yeah, but they're money grabbing Arabs, basically. Do you want to know something, right? We might be tin pot, we might be a farmers league, but we'll never have clubs doing what fucking that 6 have done.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
true.
the old firm might.
That'll never happen.
No, 100%.
That'll never ever happen.
You don't think?
Nah. Yeah, Chelsea and City only pulling out for the Champions League semis. Yeah, I can see that. I think United's a bit of the same, us being that deep in the Europa.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Ed Woodward's resigned, so I think there's going to be parties in Manchester tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You can all have
Still
a fucking pint for me.
Aye.
Fucking all go have it. Their fucking pints, their beer gardens are open.
Yeah,
I got sent a fucking picture for fucking a boy from Manchester. Them all raising a glass. I was like, you bastards.
Will be us soon, next couple of weeks.
Mate, it'll be me in 2 weeks' time. Sitting in the liquid rooms. Sitting in the liquid rooms, and then down to the White Hart.
Well,
down the Grass Market.
Lovely. I only do a certain few days, even though I do leave our own future. I have, on the 18th of May, and that's only the week I'm going to have of just to be a bit more free, enjoying myself and having a good morning and a pint. So until then, I can do small pints.
Small nips.
Yeah, it's a small nip.
The thing is, what we'll do is once things sort themselves out, we'll get a day out like I was talking about.
Aye, us three plus Doug.
Aye, plus Doug.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Will we take Doug down the Barrowlands? will we take Doug into the Sarah Heat?
Over my neck of the woods, good stuff.
Oh, what, mate? It's fucking home to me.
I know.
Literally, just walk in and I just feel like I'm in holy land here. It's cannot wait to grace that incredible ballroom again and fall about and sweat, and I can't wait to have a. This is going to sound fucking disgusting, but I can't wait for a pint of piss to hit the back of my head again.
Yeah, that sounds like the Barrowlands enough. Yeah,
it's can't wait to be sort of 2-3 feet, 2-3 things to the front. Hopefully, watching the snuts walk out.
Yeah.
Just with fucking die of excitement.
The snuts have got a bit bigger than the Barrowlands now, though, haven't they?
Mate, they've sold 3 nights out. The Barrowlands, they sold 4 gigs out the Oran More doing unplugged, doing an MTV Unplugged style gigs. I couldn't get tickets for Glasgow, right? I'm going up to fucking Dundee to see them.
There it is, man.
Really?
Yeah, I've got to go all the way up to Dundee to see them, but it'll be my first night out in Dundee in 7 years, I think, since I lived up there. Right. Since I seen Kasabian. So, right, come on, one more. I want one more in the next couple of minutes. One more
resignation. Well, no, the European Superleague's been disbanded.
It's been disbanded. Is that what they're saying?
Official football feed post, which isn't much of a source, but apparently someone's breaking. The European Super League is officially disbanded following a meeting between the 12 founder clubs tonight.
Okay, bloody hell.
I haven't seen an official source, but yeah.
Carl, what's this pish about you not taking the championship trophy?
I don't even know what's going on, right? Listen.
What the fuck's this daft bitch budge then?
I don't know. Look,
this
is the first week. Yeah, I know. I've not heard of Budge. This is the first thing you just told me right now. But listen.
All right, you've not got a clue about this.
No, I got no clue. Thanks for telling me that, because I didn't know what the fuck was going. I don't know what the fuck's been going on, but
deep down, you're top trending in Scottish Twitter.
Really? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What now? What the hell's going on?
Yeah. Just hold on. Let me pull
I'm
up the article.
having a look. Yeah, I've seen Hearts trophy.
Hearts to hold talks whether to accept championship trophy from SPFL. Who the fuck do you think you are?
I don't know, because there has been some
because fucking Rangers aren't going to accept the Premiership title because it's all fucking should have been null and void and all this shit.
Yeah,
you think fucking
feels like.
You think Dave King and all that in charge of Rangers going, oh no, don't give us the title, we've ran away with it. Fucking sums your
it was stupid last year and it's stupid this year.
I know. I don't know why we don't. That's surprising because I listen. I know we've had a shit season today. Things and like I said, we were shit last season. And I'm not denying that, and that is true. We talked about you was tired, but the problem is, I feel like because of what's going on.
I'm going to say something a bit fucking controversial. The season plays out, you just don't go down. That 3-1 win against Hibs.
Momentum.
That was 3-1, going on fucking 10-1.
Yeah,
it was fucking horrible.
Before, yeah, I said before all this happened, I said the momentum was started. It was started, and then all of a sudden it just gone. That was the momentum was started to show, But to quite honest with you, listen, we got what we deserve because real shit.
Sorry, Carl.
I'm not. No, I'm just
Oh,
wow.
Harry
sorry.
Maguire. Oh, providing the goods once again, Andrew. Oh,
Very much.
I'm glad I ain't showered yet because now I do need one because I'm sweating that much from laughing. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh, I've needed this laugh tonight, boys. Cheers.
Yeah.
It was a hellish afternoon at work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just football related or other stuff?
Oh no, it was work related. It was
Fair enough.
a fucking due to shit going on with COVID and all that. I've been told I'll be working 6 days a week permanently.
All right. Okay. Well, is there an outbreak that you've got to cover or what?
No, it's cause like I think there's been like redundancies and people have left and they're not allowed to hire, so we have to just stretch
everyone out.
Yeah,
I'm doing 6 days a week at the moment. I need you know what? If I can get a couple of weeks off it, I'll go back into it and then I'll reassess things. Things on where I go from there.
Yeah, it's a lot of things people do. I've had to do it the last few months.
Do it yourself.
Yeah, I had to, and it was the right decision. I'm glad that the contract's now been signed with Spine during that. I'm just going for the last few checks, and now
we can say it live on.
Sorry, not a sport gambling company.
Can we say it? Can we say it live that you've officially got the job?
Yes, I officially have. I said to you, I officially got it. I told you.
So fucking congratulations, pal. I just didn't want to say anything that could get you in.
No, it's done deal. I've handed my notice period as of today, so that is the good news. So no, it's official. It's okay now. So yeah,
the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed.
Absolutely, all 100%. Yeah,
fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. Yes,
right, that's fine. Last thing I want is someone from Computershare coming and going, he's fucking leaving. It's like the other way from Wolf of Wall Street. It's not. I'm not fucking leaving. It's
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, but don't worry. There's a thing at Computershare. Rumors always comes out. Don't worry about that. Thank you, Carla. Yeah, rumors always comes out. I've learned this the last 3 years working with them, Andrew. So I don't think they're too bothered about it.
It's been funny. Like they were watching this whole thing, and this was how they found out. And the chat explodes.
Conspiracy theory. David Icke was watching, and David Icke told Computershare.
That's a theory, and we're sticking to it,
Allegedly.
Oh, guys, you're killing me right now.
So, in an hour and 48 minutes since we started, the European Superleague has basically been disbanded.
That's the power of our podcast.
Yeah. It's the power of fucking football, bloody hell. Literally, football, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, I do believe we are reaching the end.
Are we now?
And it was all about one thing, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Are we closing it now?
We're going to close it, boys?
Yeah, we're closing it. We got what we got through. Yeah.
Listen, we've just started at 7, and it's done by. We've finished it by 9.
That's the plan, eh?
I mean, yeah. I'm not saying we've got a gun to Ed Woodward's head and we're like, it's the Godfather style.
No, but I reckon Harry Maguire did.
Listen,
do you think
we share a fucking slaphead, me and Harry? We share a slaphead. fucking do. Look, fucking size of the
I
cranium,
am.
man.
I'm just looking at. Yeah, I'm comparing the picture now. I'm thinking,
Mate,
yeah,
mate, I'm Harry Maguire if he got to eat what he wanted. Let's be honest. He's the same age as me, man, and everything. He's 28 and everything.
Oh yeah, you know. Oh bloody hell.
Indeed.
Right, since we fucking the European Superleague is no more, I think it's time to bring the podcast to an end.
It certainly is.
Carl, thank you very much and congratulations. Andrew,
Thank you.
we spoke about how we're going to end this.
Absolutely, we did.
So
this, and certainly will. So this has been Football Bloody Hell. You can always find us on our social media channels down below. The guy in the top left, he's been Andy Rogers of Football Bloody Hell. The dark, handsome guy at the bottom has been Carl Levy. I've been Andrew Walker from Sutherland Sportscast. And as always, say no to the Super League.